Okay, welcome again. Welcome to a new class. Welcome to another class, Class 54 of our program, Bago en Inglés 4.0. This is a course devoted to you, designed to help you finally master or solve certain important problems with the English language. Myself and 9 other teachers, we are involved in it. A very good technical team is involved in bringing this program to you on the television platform, radio, and other platforms as well, including mobile telephone, etc. So, I wish you luck with the program, and I insist that you need to work, and you need to work hard. You need to convert yourself into my accomplice. And together, we can reach the objectives. But without your help, I can't do much for you. Okay? So, let's start with a review of last class, and manos a la obra. Let's get down to work. Camera number 1. All right. Fly me to the moon. Fly. To fly is ir en avión. To fly. Do you know how to fly? Do you know how to fly? Do you know how to fly a plane? I don't know how to fly, like Peter Pan. But I know how to fly an airplane, a little, okay? My father and my 2 uncles were pilots, and they taught me how to fly. But I don't recommend you fly with me. But with English, yes, you can fly with me, but not in an airplane. To fly. And remember, we use movement verbs to express our movements. In Spanish, you usually don't. You usually use the verb to go and to come, and then you add, como gerundio, the movement verb. Vine andando, fui ahí andando, fui a Barcelona en tren, okay? Fui a Barcelona en avión, fui a Barcelona en coche, okay? Él entró corriendo, entró andando, okay? Usáis el verbo formal, ir, entrar, salir, salió a pie, etc. In English, no. Anduvo, he walked into the room. Anduvo dentro de la habitación. He walked into the room. Anduvo saliendo de la habitación. He walked out of the room. Entró a nado. He swam into the room. Entró arrastrándose. He crawled into the room. Entró corriendo. He ran into the room. Entró en coche, conduciendo. He drove into the room. I drove my car into the restaurant. Okay. So to fly is the same. Entró volando. He flew into the room. Gritando. He flew into the room shouting at everybody. To fly, flew, flown. Did you fly to Italy last week? No, I didn't fly to Italy last week. Did you fly to Paris last year? No, I didn't fly to Paris last year. Did you fly to Florida 2 months ago? Yes, I flew to Florida 2 months ago. Did you fly to Texas last month? Yes, I flew to Texas last month. Okay. I flew to Texas last month about 35 days ago, and I flew back about 7 days ago. Yeah, I flew there at the beginning of August, and I flew back near the end of August. I flew there on the 2nd, and I flew back on the 25th. I flew there. Fui ahí. Normally in Spanish you say ir. Fui ahí el día 2 y volví el día 25. Pero en inglés, si es el modo de transporte era por avión, usamos fly. I flew there on the 2nd, and I flew back on the 25th. Okay. No lo hice. I didn't do it. ¿Quién lo hizo? Who did it? ¿Lo hiciste tú? Did you do it? ¿Lo hizo María? Did Maria do it? ¿Lo hicieron ellos? Did they do it? ¿Por qué lo hicieron? Why did they do it? ¿Quién lo hizo? Who did it? ¿Quién vino? Who came? ¿Cuándo vinieron? When did they come? ¿Qué pasó? What happened? ¿Cuándo pasó? When did it happen? okay? ¿Te importaría usar el otro coche? Would you mind using the other car? Would you mind moving a bit to your left? Yeah. Would you mind being quiet when I'm teaching, okay? Would you mind remaining silent? Would you mind paying attention when I'm teaching? I'm sitting here in this chair teaching the best I can, making a strong effort, and you're not paying attention. Would you mind paying attention, please? I don't appreciate you're not paying attention with the effort I'm making. Would you mind paying? En inglés, recordar, la atención se paga, no se presta. Would you mind paying attention? Uy, había mucha gente ahí cuando llegué. There were a lot of people. There were. People es plural. There were a lot of people there when I arrived. When I arrived. There were a lot of people there when I got there. Okay? Siempre hay mucha gente ahí. There are always a lot of people there. There are always a lot of people there. Mi gente no hace cosas así. Mi gente no hace cosas así. ¿Cómo se dice? Eso. My people don't do. No hace. My people don't do things like that. I don't approve of things like that. My people don't do things like that. Lo vas a lamentar. You're going to be sorry. If you don't pay attention to me and work hard, you're not going to learn. And then, when you enter the labor market and start looking for a job, you're going to say, oh my God, they require English. Really? But they require a good level of English. Oh my God, now I really need to learn this language. Why didn't I make an effort with Richard last year in the Bago en Inglés 4.0? You're going to be sorry. You're going to be sorry. You're going to regret it. If you don't make an effort, you're going to regret it. You are going to regret it. O sea, vas a arrepentirte de ello. You're going to regret it. Pensé que estarías de acuerdo. I thought you would agree. I'm surprised you don't. Come on. It's a very simple matter. I thought you would agree. Robbing banks is not the best way to make money. Don't you agree with me? You don't. Well, I thought you would agree. Ten paciencia. Ten paciencia. Be patient. 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 Be patient. Mis pacientes son pacientes. My patients, soy médico, por ejemplo. My patients are patient. That patient is patient and that patient is patient. All my patients are patient. To be patient. Recuerda lo que te voy a decir. Remember what? Lo importante es lo que. Remember what I'm going to say. Remember what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you something very important. Now remember what I'm going to tell you. Don't forget what I'm going to tell you. Keep in mind what I'm going to tell you. 10%. Be patient. Remember that. Remember what I'm going to tell you. Y esto va a ser una experiencia interesante. This is going to be an interesting experience. Yes, a very interesting experience. Okay, now I'll pass you to one of the teachers, one of my friends, and then we'll be back.
Hello, hello. Thank you, Richard. My name is Fitz, and we are here again with Luca, the princess of verbs. Are you ready for more verbs?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we're going to review your last class, okay? And we're going to begin with the verb to fly. Fly and flew. Okay, Luca, did you fly to China yesterday?
Yes, I flew to China yesterday.
Pronounced perfectly, perfectly. Okay, fly, I fly every day. Yesterday I flew. And it's not flew. Yesterday I flew. Luca, how do you say gripe in English?
Flew.
Flew. The pronunciation is the same. Yesterday she flew to China. Okay, and in the negative?
No, yesterday I didn't fly to China.
Okay, ask me if there are planes that fly to England every day.
Are they planes?
Are there.
Okay. Are there planes that fly to China every day?
To England in this case.
To England every day.
Okay, so ask me if there are planes that fly to England every day? Are there planes that fly to England every day? Okay, can you ask me again? Are there?
Are there flights that fly to England every day?
Okay, are there flights that fly to England every day? Okay, very good. Ask me if there were birds that flew to England 100 years ago.
Were there birds that flew to England 100 years ago?
Okay, and again, were there?
Were there birds that flew to England 100 years ago?
Okay, and can you say it for me in Spanish?
Había pájaros que volaban a
Inglaterra?
Inglaterra hace 100 años.
Okay, very good. Okay, yes, there were birds that flew to England 100 years ago. Did you fly in a plane last year?
Yes, I flew on a plane last year.
Okay, very, very good. Yes, I flew. Did you fly on a plane or in a plane last year? Yes, I flew on a plane last year. Ask me if I flew in a helicopter this morning.
Did you flew in a helicopter?
Did you fly?
Ay, sorry.
Did you fly?
Qué horror. Did you fly on a helicopter this morning?
Okay, in this case, in a helicopter,
In a helicopter this morning?
Okay, ask me if I flew in a helicopter this morning. Did you fly? Ask me if I flew. Did you fly? Okay, one more time. Ask me if I flew in a helicopter.
Did you fly in a helicopter this morning?
No, I didn't fly in a helicopter this morning. Ask me if I flew to Ireland 2 weeks ago.
Did you fly to Ireland 2 weeks ago?
Okay, ask me if I flew to Ireland 2 weeks ago. Yes, I flew to Ireland 2 weeks ago. Okay, now we're going to do a review of translations. Okay, again, you will hear the Spanish with an Irish accent. Are you ready for Spanish with an Irish accent?
Yes, I am.
Okay, just 3 sentences, okay? The first one. ¿Te importaría usar el otro coche?
Would you mind using the other car?
Okay, and can you say it for me again? And careful of the would.
Would you mind using the other car?
Okay, excellent, Luca. Now, here you must be careful. The word is would with a W and not good. Would you mind using the other car? A question. How do you say huevos? How do you say eggs? How do you say eggs in Spanish?
A huevos.
Huevos. Okay, huevos.
Okay.
Okay. What does a Spanish dog say?
Wow, wow.
Wow. Okay. Huevos, wow. Would. Not good, would. Would you mind using the other car? It's very polite English. Would you mind using? Can you say it for me one more time?
Would you mind using the other car?
Okay, very good. Next sentence. Pensé que estarías de acuerdo.
I thought you agree with me.
Or you could say, I thought you would agree.
Okay. I thought you would agree.
I thought you would agree is fine. And again, I thought you would agree.
I thought you would agree.
Okay, and again, remember, huevos and wow. I thought you would agree.
I thought you would agree.
Perfect. I thought you would agree. Okay, and the last one. Ten paciencia.
Be patient.
Be patient. Excellent. And again,
Be patient.
be patient. Be patient. Okay, be patient. Okay, let's review again very quickly. ¿Te importaría usar el otro coche? And remember, wow
Yeah.
and huevos.
Would you mind using the other car?
Okay, very good, very good. So remember, huevos and wow. Would you mind using the other car? Okay, let's ask Luca to say it again. Would you mind saying it again, Luca?
No, I wouldn't. Would you mind using the other car?
Okay, very good. Would you mind? And ten paciencia.
Be patient.
Very good. And pensé que estarías de acuerdo.
I thought you would agree.
Okay, so remember this. Huevos and wow. I would. Would you mind? Keep practicing. Would, huevos, wow. Would, huevos, wow. Thank you and goodbye.
All right. Welcome back. Let's continue. When I was at school, bueno, te lo digo allí. Okay? When I was at school, I always made an effort to listen to the teachers carefully, very carefully. Because if I listened carefully to the teachers, I didn't need to take notes, apuntes, because I was able to remember basically what the teacher said. If I listened carefully and tried to follow and understand and appreciate and enjoy what the teacher was talking about, then it was not so difficult to remember important things for the exams. When I was at school, when I was at the university, it's the same. When I was at secondary school, it was the same. Okay, now when people go to church, some people go to church and other people don't. Here in Spain, you say ir a misa, to go to mass. But in the English-speaking world, we say to go to church, ir a la iglesia, to go to church, to go to school, to go to church. When you go to school, after you reach school, you're at school. When you go to church, you're at church. When you go to a baseball game, you're at the baseball game. When you go to the pharmacy, you're at the pharmacy. When you go to the swimming pool, you're at the swimming pool. When you go to a football game, you're at the football game. When you go to a golf course, un campo de golf, you're at the golf course. Where's Pepe? Hello, Maria. Where's Pepe? He's at the golf course. Hello, John. May I speak to Inés, please? She's at the hairdressers. Están en la peluquería. She's at the hairdressers. Estoy usando at. Entonces, siempre tenéis confusión. ¿Cuándo uso en y cuándo uso at? Ok. Si usáis en lugar de at, no es un error. Mi mujer está en la peluquería. She's in the hairdressers. Está bien. Se dice she's at the hairdressers, pero nadie ni nota una diferencia si dice she's in the hairdressers. Ahora bien, at significa estás en un sitio, no porque quieras estar necesariamente dentro de ese sitio, simplemente que tienes que ir a ese sitio para el servicio que vas a recibir. Uno no va a la farmacia para estar dentro de una farmacia. Uy, qué bien, me encanta estar en una farmacia. No, uno va a la farmacia para comprar fármacos. Entonces se dice at. Por ejemplo, si tienes un perro en el parque y se suelta el perro y cruza la calle y entra en una farmacia y luego se sienta en el suelo de la farmacia, tan pancho. No puedes decir, the dog is at the pharmacy. If you say, where's the dog? And another person says, oh, the dog is at the pharmacy, un angloparlante se va a reír, porque me imagina al perro ahí esperando que le despachen fármacos. It's impossible for a dog to be at the pharmacy. It's very possible, no problem, for the dog to be in the pharmacy, but never at the pharmacy. And you can take a dog to a baseball game, un perrito faldero. You take it to the football game. You have a little dog. The dog is not at the football match or the football game because the dog's not watching it. The dog is in the stadium, but the dog is not at the football match. When you go to the hairdresser, women, or men when you go to the barber shop. Para hombres se suele decir todavía barbería. When you go to, barbero. When you go to the barber shop, when a woman goes to the hairdresser, she's at the hairdresser. She's not in the hairdressers. She's in a building that is for hairdressers. She's at the hairdressers because she's there to have her hair done. She's not there to spend time inside this special room, okay? She's at the hairdressers. And, but if she takes a dog or a cat, you can't say the dog is at the hairdressers because you can imagine a dog sitting in a hairdresser's drying its hair, okay? And so people will start laughing. So when I was at school, in the school, for example, if I go to a school on Saturday, simply to see it, I'm in the school. But the students, when they go at the normal time, they're at school. All right. When I was at school, I always stayed after school to run or to play baseball, to play football, to play basketball, to do anything in sports. I was very fond of sports. I was deeply involved in sports when I was at school. And the first year at university. Por cierto, los británicos dicen at university y los irlandeses. At university means en la universidad. Los americanos solemos decir at college, que no significa colegio. College es enseñanza superior. At college or at the university. Okay, but we say at college. When I was at college, okay, and the Brits, when I was at uni, which is a short way of saying at the university. Okay, so when I was at the university or when I was at college, the first year, I was also deeply involved in sports. But at college, at university, the sports program is much more serious and much more of a business. And it was not, I didn't like it. And so, the following years, when I was at university, I concentrated on the academic side and not necessarily on the social. In the United States especially, and in England, in the United Kingdom, universities are an academic institution and a very important social and cultural institution. The social life is very active. The last 2 years at university, I wasn't involved in the social activities. And I wasn't involved in the athletic activities either. When I was at the university in the last 2 years, I concentrated on the academic aspects. Okay. Now, when I was at school, especially at primary school, I spent a lot of time thinking about sports and playing sports. And in secondary school, the same. I didn't spend much time, when I was at school, I didn't spend too much time thinking about girls or trying to get girls. No. I didn't have time. I was too busy with the athletics, with sports, and with study, okay, and with music, because I was a member of a rock group when I was 15, 16, and 17, and a little bit when I was 18. I was a member of a successful local rock and roll group. Yes, the Sonics, okay? And so I was quite busy. I didn't have time for girls when I was at school. A little, but not too much. I was too busy studying. I was too busy playing basketball, football, and track and field. And I was too busy playing in a rock group, okay? I was very busy, having fun, all right, when I was 17, when I was at school. When I was at the university, when I was at college, when I was at school, when I was at church, when I was at the hairdressers, etc. Okay, now our sponsors have a few words to say to you, and then I'll be back to close this segment. All right, yesterday when I was at the pharmacy, I bought some pharmaceutical products. Yesterday when I was at the barber shop, I asked the barber to give me a shave. And the barber said, "Wow, really?" I said, "Yes, can you give me a shave? I didn't have time to shave at home." And the barber said to me, "Well, you're at the barber shop, so I will give you a shave." Barbero viene de barba, okay? And barbers are trained to cut your hair and to give you a shave if necessary. But it's not common nowadays. And the barber told me, the last time I gave a client a shave was 2 years ago. You're the first in 2 years. And I said, "Well, congratulations. Do you still remember how?" And he said, "Yes." And he used the classical razor. Wow, I was a bit worried, but he did it very well. He gave me a shave yesterday at the barbershop, at the hairdressers, at school, at the university, okay, at the studio. All right, another teacher will take over for me, but I'll be back to close the program in a few minutes.
Thank you, Richard. My name's Richard, the other Richard, of course, and I'm here today with Luca. How are you, Luca?
Fine, thank you.
Are you excited?
Yes.
¿Qué significa excited en inglés? ¿No es excitado?
No.
Obviamente. Como esto es una clase de inglés.
Estás-
¿Qué significa excitado? Excited, perdón. Emocionada.
Emocionada.
Okay, I'm very
contenta.
excited. Es una palabra que utilizamos mucho. I'm really excited about my holidays. I'm really excited about the weekend. I'm really excited about the party. I'm really, really excited about this class because we're going to carry on from where Richard left off. Eso es, vamos a seguir de donde lo dejó Richard. Richard has just talked to you about the fact that in English we don't say, when I was in the university, do we?
No, you
¿Qué
don't.
decimos nosotros, Luca?
When I was at university.
Exactly. Entonces hay dos cosas que son diferentes en inglés. Primero, no empleamos la preposición in. We don't say when I was in university. Y tampoco empleamos el artículo the. Fíjate, bueno, tú lo sabes porque lo has dicho perfectamente, ¿ok? When I was at university, ¿ok? Si dices en algún momento de tu vida, I'm in the university, se supone que tú estás ahí de paso en el edificio universitario, ¿ok? Con lo cual casi nunca se utiliza.
No, we
Simple, when I
better-
was at university. O en el presente, I'm at university at the moment. My children are at school, por ejemplo. Mis hijos están en el colegio. Una vez más, empleamos la preposición at y no utilizamos el artículo. Facilísimo, ¿no?
Sí.
When I was at school, when I was at university, vamos a practicarlo mucho. Y además, aprovechando la ocasión, vamos a hablar o a utilizar una serie de verbos que hemos visto en los últimos programas, entre ellos to come, to bring, your favorite, to build and to fly. ¿Qué significa to fly? ¿Lo sabéis? Sí, ¿no?
Sí.
Volar. To build.
To build.
No es escalada, sino construir. ¿Ok? To build. El pasado de build es
Built.
built. Bien, una cosa, no se dice built, es built. Como si fuese B escrito, B y latina LT y punto. Built. ¿Ok?
Ok.
El verbo en infinitivo es build, se pronuncia igual. Build y built. Es un sonido muy corto de vocal, ¿ok? Build y built. Good. Entonces, yo os voy a hacer una serie de afirmaciones bastante absurdas, para variar, para que practiquéis a tope esta expresión. Ok, cuando estaba en el colegio, vine a Madrid.
When I was at school, I came to Madrid.
Good. Did she do that okay? Yeah, I think so. It's perfect. Good. Cuando estaba en la universidad, fui en avión, o sea que volé,
When
a
I was-
China.
Okay. When I was at the university,
Good.
I flew.
I
to
flew.
Flew
Uh-huh.
to China.
Perfect. When I was at university, I flew to China. When I was at university, I flew to China. Did you get that right? Did you say it out loud? Espero que sí, ¿no? Can you hear them?
Yes, I
Just
can.
about. I want you to speak a bit louder, un poco más alto, ¿eh? ¿Vale? When I was at university, I flew to China. Decidlo, todos. Good, ok. Seguimos, cambiamos de verbo. Cuando yo estaba en el colegio, yo construí un lago artificial.
When I was at
Yo solo.
school, I built an artificial lake.
An artificial lake. Perfect. When I was at school, I built an artificial lake. Did you build an artificial lake when you were at school? Yo sí, ¿eh? Impresionante. Luego os
Tú eres
cuento.
ingeniero.
Sí. Bien, ok. When I was at school, cuando yo estaba en el colegio, yo traje mucho dinero conmigo todos los días.
When I was at school, I brought a lot of money with me every day.
Excellent. Brought.
Brought.
Más largo, tú lo sabes.
Brought.
Brought, okay? When I was at school, I brought a lot of money with me every day. I told you these sentences were going to be weird. Weird significa
We're going to be weird.
weird. Weird es una
Raro.
palabra súper, súper importante porque significa rarito.
Eso es raro.
Ok, you're weird. Tú eres rarito, ok? Weird. Se escribe W-E y latina R-D, ok? Weird. Pero
And
se
why are you
pronuncia
saying that
weird.
we are going to be weird?
No, because the questions or the sentences are weird. Son raras las afirmaciones
Okay.
para que los verbos encajen. ¿Vale?
Ok.
Bien, ok. Cuando yo estaba en la universidad, yo vine todos los días con muchas ganas
When I was at university,
o con mucha energía.
I came with a lot of energy every day. Or
Well,
every day I came with a lot of energy.
Every day I came with a lot of energy. That's a good sentence, isn't it? Bien. El pasado del verbo to come is came. Ok. Cuando yo estaba... No, pues cambiamos de persona. Cuando él estaba en el colegio, construyó un coche.
When he was at school,
When he was at school, muy bien.
he built a car.
Built. Date más fuerte,
Built.
Luca, venga.
Built.
Así.
He built a car.
He built a car. When he was at school, he built a car. Él solo. ¿Cómo sería?
By himself.
By himself. Very good. He built a car by himself. Si lo quieres exagerar, puedes decir all by himself. Okay?
All by
He
himself.
built a car all by himself when he was at school. ¿Qué hemos aprendido hoy? Que cuando decimos cuando yo estaba en el colegio, no empleamos in, sino la preposición at. Y tampoco empleamos el artículo the. No se puede decir when I was at the school. Porque si dices eso, implica que tú estabas ahí de visita, quizás como padre. When I was at the school the other day, I spoke to my son's teachers. Hablé con los profesores de mi hijo. Yeah? When I was at the school. Pero cuando vas todos los días como alumno, hay que omitir el artículo. Okay? When I was at school, when I was at university. Okay? Ahora en presente. Mis hijos están en el cole o van al cole.
My children go to school.
They go to school or they are
They are at school.
at school, empleando la expresión de hoy. Muy bien. My children are at school. Mis hijos están en el cole. O mis hijos van al cole. ¿Ok? Bien. Mis sobrinos van a la universidad.
My nephews go to the university.
Bien. También si dices go to, tampoco empleamos el artículo the. My children go to university. O están ahora mismo en la universidad. They are.
They are at university.
Good. Are we at university?
Sorry?
Are we at university?
No,
I'm
we are not.
I'm not at university anymore. Ya no.
Yeah.
Are you at university
No,
anymore?
I am not at university anymore.
Good. Ask me if I'm at university.
Are you at university?
No, I've just told you I'm not. Fantástico. Entonces, estar en el cole is to be at school. Estar o ir a la universidad is to be at university. University se pronuncia university y no university. Okay? Good stuff. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Who's the best teacher in the world? Voy al espejo que tengo en mi dormitorio en casa. The mirror. I go to the mirror and I say, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the best teacher of them all? And the mirror looks at me, says, you, Richard, you are the best teacher in the world. And I leave home saying, I'm floating to work. I don't walk to work. And every day, after I get dressed and I'm ready to go, I approach the mirror. Fijaos que digo approach, me aproximo, me acerco al espejo. Un nativo no diría I approach the mirror. Diría I go up to. Go up to es acercarse, o I walk up to, si es acercarse andando. I walk up to the mirror and I look into the mirror. Of course I see myself. And I say, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the best teacher of them all? And again, the mirror says, undoubtedly, sin lugar a dudas, definitely, you, Richard, are the best teacher in the world. And I'm full of pride and etc. And I go to work. Okay, now, this morning, something happened. I'll tell you on camera number 1, okay? All right. This morning, I got up, I had a coffee, I took a shower, I shaved, I brushed my teeth, I got dressed, and when I was going to leave the house, I remembered, the mirror. I needed an injection de moral, no? An injection of motivation and morale. And I went up to the mirror. I looked into the mirror. I didn't look at the mirror. To look at the mirror is fijarse en los detalles del espejo. To look into the mirror is mirar al espejo, dentro del espejo. I see myself. But when I say mirror, mirror on the wall, another face appears. A cloud covers my image, my reflection, and another face looks at me. And I said, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the best teacher of them all? And the teacher, and the mirror, the image in the face in the mirror said, Richard, until yesterday you were the best, but now there is a teacher who is better than you. And I said, impossible. I'm better than the best. And the mirror said, you're not better than the best anymore. I said, yes, I am. I'm better than the best. Soy mejor que el mejor. I'm better than the best. And the mirror said, esa es gramática rara. I'm better than the best. Si existe el best, nadie es better. But I'm better than the best. And he said, not anymore. There's another teacher better than you. And I said, who? And he didn't tell me. Pero lo voy a averiguar. I'm going to find out. And when I find out, I'm going to take measures. I'm going to take action. But for the moment, I know that somebody is better than the best, which means I'm not the best anymore. Somebody is better than me. Okay? Oh, that's a sad story, but that's part of life. Comparativo, superlativo. Better, best. Good, worse, the worst. Tall, taller, the tallest. Lo habéis estudiado desde los 13 años. Okay, but let's look at these sentences. Ese árbol es más alto que el árbol más alto del mundo. That tree is taller than the tallest tree in the world. I'm stronger than the strongest man in the world. ¿No ves? Okay, I'm stronger than the strongest man in the world. He dicho, ¿no ves? ¿Cómo se diría eso en inglés? He dicho, I'm stronger than the strongest man in the world. ¿No ves? Tradúceme, ¿no ves? Don't you see? No. Can't you see? No puedes ver. No lo puedes ver. Can't you see? Can't you see? No puedes ver. En inglés hay que usar poder aquí. ¿Me ves bien? Can you see me okay? I'm the strongest. I'm stronger than the strongest man in the world. Can't you see? Okay. I'm taller than the tallest man in the world. I'm more intelligent than the most intelligent man in the world. I'm sadder than the saddest person in the world. I'm happier than the happiest person in the world. It's so easy for you to practice this. Simply find a list of adjectives, adjetivos, and you make it, for example, adjective, difficult. English is more difficult than the most difficult language in the world. Una frase que incluye comparative and superlative. Okay? This cup is heavier than the heaviest cup in the world. I'm thirsty. Tengo sed. Sediento. I'm thirstier than the thirstiest person in the world. This class is better than the best class in the world. Okay? This table. Oof, this table is harder than the hardest table in the world. This watch is more accurate, preciso, than the most accurate watch in the world. Spain is more interesting than the most interesting country in the world. The Rockefeller family, no, miento. Bill Gates is richer than the richest man in the world. Rich, richer, richest. Richard is richer than the richest man in the world, for example. Okay? Zimbabwe is poorer than the poorest country in the world. What's the biggest province in Spain? The biggest province in Spain is Badajoz. Are you sure? Is Badajoz bigger than Ciudad Real? I think so. I think Badajoz is bigger than Ciudad Real. I think Badajoz is the biggest province in the world, but I'm not completely sure. And what's the smallest province in Spain? The smallest province in Spain is Guipúzcoa. Is that right? Really? Is Guipúzcoa smaller than Pontevedra? I think so. I think Guipúzcoa is the smallest province in Spain. I think it's smaller than Pontevedra. And what's the richest province in Spain? Well, the richest province in Spain, I think, is the Balearic Islands in income per capita. Really? Are the Balearic Islands richer than Madrid and Barcelona? And Vizcaya, Bilbao? Yes, I think so. I think it's richer, but I'm not completely sure. Okay? Comparatives and superlatives, it's easy, but you need to practice them. Okay? I'll be back in a few minutes.
Thank you, Richard. Hello, everyone. I'm Hannah, and I'm here again with all of you to practice what Richard has just taught you. So I hope you're ready to begin. But first, let's say hello to Jermaine, my student. Hi, Jermaine.
Hi, Hannah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Bueno, ¿cómo no me va a preguntar? He's very polite. Muy bien, educado. Okay, so we're going to start with some vocabulary. Vocabulario. Bien.
Okay.
Okay, so let's begin with our first word. Here we go. Barrer.
To sweep.
To
Sweep.
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 Yes, repeat.
To sweep.
To sweep. Again.
To sweep.
Again.
To sweep.
Okay, muy bien. To sweep con dos es, right? Sweep, sweep. Rima con to sleep, right? Rima. Okay, siguiente. Tenemos guía telefónica.
Telephone book.
Good, repeat.
Telephone book.
Okay, good. Telephone book. Telephone book. Muy bien, dos palabras. Okay, siguiente tenemos estrategia.
Strategy.
Muy bien, repeat.
Strategy.
Good. Strategy.
Strategy.
Good, muy bien. Strategy. Remember, no metáis la E fantasma. Remember, esa E fantasma no la metemos ahí. No me digáis strategy, como Spain. No, no digamos eso. We say Spain, con S de serpiente. Spain, y también strategy. Empieza con S. Strategy. Strategy. G, 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 G. Muy bien. Siguiente, tenemos enriquecerse.
To get rich.
Muy bien, repeat.
To get rich.
Okay, to get rich. To get rich. Everyone wants to get rich, right? Todo el mundo quiere enriquecerse.
Yeah.
Yes, right, okay. Okay, and finally we have volver a telefonear.
To call back.
Good, repeat.
To call back.
Good, to call back. To call back, okay? So I called Pepe back, right? Did you call me back? Yes, I called you back. Muy bien. All right, good. All right, let's continue. Now we're going to look at el superlativo, the superlative. Okay,
Okay.
bien. So te doy unas frases y tú me dices el superlativo de las frases. Bien? Okay, so David is stronger than Alberto, but Peter is stronger than David.
So Peter is the strongest.
Muy bien. Peter is the strongest. Peter es el más fuerte, right? So Peter is the strongest. No olvidéis the con el superlativo. Siempre ponemos the y después el superlativo the strongest. Muy bien. Maria's car is faster than Carmen's car, but Miriam's car is faster than Maria's.
So Miriam's car is the fastest.
Muy bien. Repeat.
So Miriam's car is the fastest.
Muy bien. So Miriam's car is the fastest. El coche de Miriam es el más rápido, right? So Miriam's car is the fastest. Muy bien. Pepe is taller than Maria. I'm taller than Pepe.
So you're the tallest.
Muy bien. Repeat. Good.
You're the tallest.
Okay. Muy bien. So eres la más alta. So you're the tallest. Repeat. You're.
You're the tallest.
Muy bien. You're the tallest. You're the tallest. And recuerda aquí la terminación. Siempre enfatizo mucho la terminación porque es muy importante en la pronunciación. La ST. ST aquí. Tallest. Tallest. And remember, I have to hear, tengo que oír la T al final. Tallest. Ok, siguiente. The Mississippi River is longer than the Rhine River, but the Nile is longer than the Mississippi.
So the Nile River is the longest.
Muy bien, repeat.
The Nile River is the longest.
Good. The Nile River is the longest. Okay, the Nile River is the longest. The Nile, el Nilo, es el más largo, el río más largo. Good. Plan B is easier than Plan C. Okay, but Plan A is easier than Plan B.
So plan A is the easiest.
Good. Repeat.
Plan A is the easiest.
Muy bien. So aquí tenemos easier, que es el comparativo. Easier than, más fácil que. Y el superlativo, ¿qué decimos? The easiest. The easiest. Terminando otra vez en E-S-T. Easiest. Easiest. We don't say, nunca decimos, es the more easier. Oh, nunca. No, eso es una tarjeta roja, automática, okay? So we never say more easier, we say the easiest, the easiest. Muy bien. Michael's idea is better than Maria's, okay? Now, Susan's idea is better than Michael's.
No.
Oh, esa cara, ¿qué es esa cara? Uy, esa cara. No, what?
Susan's idea is the best.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, bien.
Okay.
So repeat again.
So Susan's idea is the best.
Okay, muy bien. Todos, we all know the best, el mejor, la mejor, los mejores y tal. The
Okay.
best. Decimos the best. So, comparativo, better than, superlativo, the best, el mejor, el mejor.
Yes.
Okay, so repeat. Susan's idea is the best. Susan's idea is the best. Repeat.
The best. Susan's idea is the best.
Muy bien. Susan's idea is the best. Okay. Pepe's car is older than my car. Okay, but Marta's car is older than Pepe's car.
Okay. So Marta's car is the oldest.
Exactly. Repeat.
Marta's car is the oldest.
Muy bien. Marta's car is the oldest. So el coche de Marta es el más antiguo, el más viejo, right? So aquí we're also practicing que el sajón, el genitivo sajón, practicando, right? Marta's car, Michael's idea, Pepe's dog, Maria's book, lo que sea, okay? Muy
Okay.
bien. So one more example. Let's see. Pepe's house is smaller than my house, okay? But your house is smaller than Pepe's house.
Okay. So my house is the smallest.
Muy bien. My house is the smallest. Exactamente. Muy bien. So here we have the superlativo. No olvidéis the. Poner the antes del superlativo. En este caso, las terminaciones son E-S-T. Est, smallest, biggest, longest, tallest, easiest. Okay, so practice and repeat everything at home. And we'll see you next time. Ahora os dejo con Richard. Bye-bye.
Okay, class 54. Class 54 is over, which means class 55 is for tomorrow. I'm not the best teacher in the world, as I said a few minutes ago. I'm better than most teachers, but I'm not the best teacher in the world. The best teacher in the world is the teacher who is capable of making you fall in love with the subject. In this case, the subject is the English language, of course. And if I can make you fall in love with my language and devour it con ganas, con amor, con pasión, then perhaps I am the best teacher in the world. The measurement of a good teacher is his or her ability to commit the students and to get them to love the subject and want to learn it. Then the learning trajectory radically changes. That's my job, and I hope I can succeed in it. See you tomorrow.